The Avenger.
The road to crime ends in a trap that justice sets. Crime does not pay.
The Avenger, sworn enemy of evil, is actually Jim Brandon, a famous biochemist. Through his numerous scientific experiments, Brandon has perfected several inventions to aid him in his crusade against crime as the Avenger. Most remarkable of these inventions is the highly secret diffusion capsule, which cloaks him in the black light of invisibility. Brandon's assistant, the beautiful Fern Collier, is the only one who shares his secrets and knows that he is the man the underworld fears as the Avenger. And now, The Avenger and the Cradle of Doom.
Jim, there's a Miss Edith Wiley here to see you.
Who? Oh, you didn't make any appointments for me this morning, did you, Fern?
No, but this girl...
I'm sorry, but we've got to finish these chemical tests today. If it's important, ask her to come back tomorrow at 11.
Mr. Brandon, excuse me for intruding like this, but you've got to stay now. It's really very important.
Miss Wiley, really...
Listen to me for 5 minutes, Mr. Brandon, and then I'll go if you want me to.
Oh, all right, Miss Wiley. Sit down and tell me what's on your mind.
Thank you. I've come about my fiancé, John Martin. He's been framed by his brother, Tobias, and is being held incommunicado at White Ridge.
White Ridge? Where's that?
It's a small private sanitarium about 3 miles from here, on Larkspur Road.
Oh, I see. You'd better take this down in your book, Fern.
You're right, Jim.
Now, Miss Wiley, you're telling me your fiancé has been committed to White Ridge by his brother?
Yes. John's perfectly sane, Mr. Brandon. But Tobias wants to collect his share of the Martin estate. And this is the method he's using to do it.
That's a very serious charge. Anyone found guilty of such a crime faces a penalty for kidnapping and extortion.
I know. Believe me, I wouldn't be making these accusations if I weren't sure.
Exactly what does Tobias Martin stand to gain by this?
Several $1 million worth of John's holdings,